access to books, it's not necessarily a given for children in our state. This year, all the more with school being remote and families experiencing food insecurity, books just seem like a luxury.
Absolutely. And one Connecticut organization hoping to make what might seem impossible possible for many young readers this holiday season. Our friend and mom of three, Audrey Kuchin, has the details.
It's always been important. Now it feels urgent. It feels urgent to make sure these kids have these books.
R.J. Julia Bookstore's Roxanne Cody's plea for book donations is emphasized by these stats. She says the average low-income neighborhood has one book for every 300 children. Half of kindergartners who don't have pre-literacy skills when they start school won't be proficient by 4th grade, and those kids are at the greatest risk of not graduating high school. Having a tough time reading sets the stage for a tough life. Low literacy skills often also a problem for those struggling with poverty, unemployment, and crime.
The idea that there's not a book in a kid's home or just a handful of books feels tragic to me.
To curb that, 21 years ago on New Year's Day, Cody's Read to Grow handed out its first free book to a newborn baby at Yale New Haven Hospital. Since, if born in Connecticut, you've likely received one. The goal, to be sure every single child owns a book starting the day they are born, hoping to foster a family's lifelong love of reading. Today, Read to Grow is a statewide organization in more than a dozen hospitals, in addition to 30 sites handing out hundreds of thousands of new and gently used books each year. This year, the need's greater than ever.
As these kids are cooped up and removed from so much of daily life, these books become a window for them. They remind them of what we will get back to. They remind them of what's possible.
At the height of the pandemic this summer, Read to Grow handed out thousands of brand new books during free lunch pickup at schools. Cody says kids' overjoyed reactions were both heartwarming and sobering.
If we can get that book in their hands, we can not only have them have a book to own, they're going to read about a character that makes them feel heard and seen.
This holiday season, R.J. Julia is now asking patrons to buy specific books at a discount, titles tailored to kids' interests. Some awarded the Coretta Scott King and Newbery Awards. Those books will be distributed by Read to Grow. We have information on how you can help at fox61.com. Audrey Kuchin, Fox 61.
Thanks to Audrey for that. 4:49. A lot more to get to this morning on the Fox 61 Morning News.
Here's what's ahead on the news at 5. It's a Fox 61 exclusive.